I'm Ruth Woodruff, and welcome to In the English Corner. You're about to see one in a series of videos that I have created to help individuals improve their writing skills. If you're interested, you will find a link to some practice questions at the end of the video. I hope you find this helpful. Thank you.
All sentences must have subjects and verbs. They must express a complete thought. If a group of words is missing either a subject or a verb and is an incomplete thought, it is called a fragment. It is only a part or a fragment of a sentence. It's therefore a major grammatical error. Here are two examples of fragments. Running through the woods. In this example, we do not know who was running through the woods. It is therefore a fragment. In the second example, when he was late for school, what happened as a result of his being late? There are three types of sentence fragments: dependent word fragments, fragments missing subjects, and fragments missing both a subject and a verb. The first type of sentence fragment that we will look at is called dependent word fragments. When you start a sentence with a dependent word, such as since, you must be sure that you complete the idea or a fragment will result. A dependent statement is a fragment. Here is an example of a fragment. After I finished my homework. This example is a fragment because the group of words, after I finished my homework, is dependent on another idea to complete it. So to correct it, you might say, after I finished my homework, I ordered a pizza. Take a look at these common dependent words. Be careful when you start a sentence with any of these dependent words that you do complete your ideas. Note that if the dependent word begins the sentence, you put a comma after the dependent clause. In this example, after I finished my homework, comma, I ordered a pizza. In the second example, do not use the comma if the dependent group of words comes at the end of the sentence. School finished early today because there was a snowstorm. The dependent clause, because there was a snowstorm, comes in the second half of the sentence. Therefore, you do not put the comma before the word because. The second type of fragment is called fragments missing subjects. Some fragments are missing a subject, but they do have a verb. The word group that is missing a subject is not a complete thought. In this example, Susan wants to be an actress and hopes to get a leading role in a movie. And hopes to get a leading role in a movie is a fragment. There are two ways that you can correct this error. One, you can attach the fragment to the preceding sentence. Add adjoining words such as and, but, for, yet, so, or nor if needed. So to correct it, you might say, Susan wants to be an actress and hopes to get a leading role in a movie. A second method to correct it is to add a subject to the incomplete thought. Susan wants to be an actress. Your next idea, you'd add the subject she hopes to get a leading role in a movie. Note that writing missing subject fragments is very common because people often think that the subject in one sentence will also apply to the next group of words that follow. You must remember, however, that for each word group to be a complete sentence, it must have both a subject and a verb. The third type of fragment error is called fragments which miss both a subject and a verb. Word groups including ing words near the beginning may result in sentence fragment. Let's look at this example. Feeling sick and feverish. Susan decided to leave class early. Feeling sick and feverish is a fragment. It is missing both the subject and a verb. Remember that an ing word cannot be itself a verb of a sentence. The second statement, however, Susan decided to leave class early, is complete. There are two methods to correct the error in this sentence. First, you could connect the fragment to either the sentence that comes before or after it. In this case, I've corrected it saying, feeling sick and feverish, comma, Susan decided to leave class early. Or a second method is, add a subject and a verb to the fragment. Susan was feeling sick and feverish. She decided to leave class early. Susan is the subject, was is the verb, and now the sentence is complete. Note that when a word group begins with the word to followed by a verb, a fragment may occur. In this example, Betty ran 20 kilometers to raise money for her favorite charity. To raise money for her favorite charity is a fragment. There are two methods to correct this error. 1. Connect the fragment to the sentence that comes before. Betty ran 20 kilometers to raise money for her favorite charity. Or a second method to correct it would be to simply write a complete thought. You would add a subject and a verb to the fragment. Betty ran 20 kilometers, and your next thought, she, a new subject, wanted, a verb, to raise money for her favorite charity. Note that when you begin a sentence with an ing word group or a two-word group, the idea must be followed by a comma. This is a fragment, tossing and turning all night. I was unable to fall asleep. To correct the fragment, you might say, tossing and turning all night, comma, I was unable to fall asleep. Please remember that a sentence fragment may be missing a subject, a verb, or both a subject and a verb. It cannot stand alone as a complete thought. It is extremely important to try to avoid these major errors in your writing. Would you like to test your understanding of sentence fragments? If so, and for some free practice questions and answers, please visit my website, intheenglishcorner.com. Thank you.